Welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
And I'm Paulexis P. Barkles. The P today stands for Pongo and Perdita. Those are my parents. I don't like to talk about it much because it makes people kind of
They're
weird.
Dead.
But I am one of the original 101 Dalmatians.
You're one of the first batch?
I was one of the original, yeah.
How old are you?
Well, in dog years or in human years?
You know what? Fuck it. Dog years. Let's go.
In dog years?
Yeah.
I'm 4. Wait a minute. Is dog years the I don't know the conversion. You guys, I do metric, right. So I'm from the UK.
Oh, sure. So sorry, she was right. It's 4.
No. So so I'm 4 human years, but in dog years.
Your 4 human years? 101 Dalmatians, wasn't that the 50s?
No, I'm the Glenn Close version.
Oh, one of the original live action Dalmatians. I was the Glenn Close. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and actually I was one that was like, yo, you can have some of this. I want to stay with you. I love fashion.
See, you wanted it too bad, and she can't.
She smelled it. She can smell it. She sniffed it out.
Yeah, you also weren't house trained, and that is a problem. Yeah. What was your favorite part of filming 101 Dalmatians with Glenn Close of Sunset Boulevard?
Oh, with G, I loved her. Well, we talked about damages a lot because when I was potty training, or I was supposed to be potty training, I was watching Damages.
Oh.
I was binge watching it, so I never learned how to use the pad, and then I got kind of scared of it. And then I thought it was a blanket for a couple of years, so I kept putting it over, like nuzzling into it, but then I was covered in piss.
Right.
If you get real close, you can still smell it. My brothers and sisters do not hydrate.
I gotta be honest with y'all. I've always smelled it. Was that movie filmed in 3D?
No, it was filmed in 101D. There was 101 Dalmatians.
Okay. Welcome back. We are back for the final 2 episodes of Bracket 3. Yes, we took a break because guess what? I'm so over this bracket. I love the girlies, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But as a Denali apologist, this is too much. As a
Stanolly, yeah.
As a Stanolly, and honestly, as a Ginger Minge fan. I love Ginger Minge, and I hate that this is happening to her. She's not doing this.
Yes.
This is happening to her, and she's still incredibly talented, and there's one challenge I definitely would have given her a win on. The other 2, we can talk.
But the heavy-handedness or the heavy-poddedness of production.
You have to do this the whole time, otherwise this has all been for nothing.
Production.
Thank you.
It's too evident. You should have switched the game around. You should have taken a look at the looks, you should have taken a look at the danceability of everyone, and you should have put, like, I don't know.
Or, let me posit this. Let me posit this.
Pause it?
Why don't you just pay a bunch of fans to sit off in their own room, locked in, they watch what's happening, and then before the judges give their final take, they go and ask the fans, like, how would you react to this? What do you think of this setup? What do you think? Then once they get those answers, that's what Michelle yells back at the contestants, and not what that other evil, I'm assuming, producer is telling her to say. And then you execute them. The fans. Because you don't want them to tell the secret of, like, who won and who didn't. And there are enough fans at this point. And I volunteer as tribute for at least the finale episode. I'm open to being a finale casualty. I'm open to being a final casualty. Fine. Kill me.
You can kill me on episode 1. I don't want to.
Kill me down. Orange.
Put me down.
Girl, I'm gonna be so upset if you lose this at some point. You gotta continue to bring Paola's name into this.
Oh, a lost dog.
Okay. We start with episode 8 or episode 2 of Bracket 3. Yeah. We're doing points. Guess what? Give your point to your partner. Great.
Yeah. Just neat. Even.
Neat. We find out they have to do, it's the Stagecooch. Do you understand? Vagina.
Like stage pooch? Oh.
Like a dog's vagina. So they form the groups, the Mudflaps and the Whiskey Chicks. And there's also Night of 1,000 Mileys.
Mileys.
I think I want to try drugs again.
I think I want to start drinking again.
I was joking, but I love that for you. Why don't we just go through the teams and then we'll Miley. Up first, we have Key Your Car, the Mudflaps. Cynthia, Daya, and Ginger. Can I say this right here, right now? Cynthia Lee Fontaine was fantastic.
I loved it.
She was great. Her voice sounded incredible.
Oh my God, yeah.
I do think they were given the note to wear purple, to have like a purpley Western look. So I don't think it's totally, well, it is her fault for choosing those, but I did think her legs looked insane. But that honestly brought more to it for me. It looked like a shaved Muppet doing something.
Well, you know I'm a huge fan of sniffing butts, and Cuckoo has one of the most prolific and most iconic butts in the game.
Yeah, she does. It was fun to watch her walk around the workroom in shorts, because I was like, your body proportions are wild.
Yeah.
You are a dream come true.
Have you seen that Lorax dancing video with the kid from the back? No. It looks like Cuckoo. And Paula put the clip of that right here because it's so funny, and it looks. Once you see it, you're gonna be like, "That's Cuckoo."
Do you think Do you think Paula edits these?
She doesn't.
Are you hungry, or do you have to poop?
I had some bad kibble before this.
Oh, that makes okay, sorry. I should have asked if you were eating chocolate. My bad. Cuckoo did great. Ginger is a country singer. She has a country album. She did great.
Yeah, she did great.
Honestly, she would have had to try extremely hard to do bad.
Yeah.
At least in these judges' eyes. And then I thought Daya was fine.
Yeah, I thought Daya did good. She has a stage presence. I like it.
She has a great stage presence. I don't know that she has like the best voice. There just wasn't a lot of interesting tonal shifts.
But it's not bad. It's
I
like...
sing drunk on stage sometimes, so.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But yeah, she's good.
Yeah, agree.
Trailer Hitch, the Whiskey Chicks. We had Acid, Denali, and Alyssa. Can we start with Acid?
Yeah, I would say that I would have loved it had it not been for the wig. And I hate to agree with Michelle Visage on something so vehemently.
I, too, had the same reaction about the wig. And yes, I know. I've worn her a million times, but I'm tired.
And I also do know what I look like right now.
Well, dogs are colorblind.
Yeah, that's why I'm in black and white.
That's why Dalmatians were invented. You're right.
There is a dog grooming van parked outside of your building.
There's always I think they live here.
I wonder if they have room. Because I did shower this week, but I didn't do my legs and my paws.
Supporting my bitch. Let me know if you want me to tell you what I can smell. Because I know sometimes we go nose blind.
This is an old garment.
I had the same reaction to Acid's wig until she started her verse, which she was first, so it was quick. And her lyrics were so insane. She called herself Large Marge. That honestly, do more.
Yeah, I was into it.
I got to admit, I was very into this.
I'm loving seeing Acid.
Me too.
Yeah.
And she seems so much more confident and relaxed. I could have seen her doing pretty well this episode, except for, the way this episode was designed. Alyssa, beautiful gowns.
She looks beautiful.
She looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And Denali.
Yeah.
She's so good. Her verse was great. Her dancing was great. She did all the dancing.
Yeah.
She choreographed. Didn't she choreograph?
Yes.
And when they were having trouble, she helped other people.
Didn't you feel like you were back at her dance class? Mm-hmm. I just mention that probably every week.
Every week, yeah.
Yeah. It was an important time.
It was an important time, and it was really fun.
It was fun.
She's a really good, easy teacher. Denali was flawless, period. The only thing I will say for Denali, actually, as I'm saying that, I didn't get country from her outfit.
Can I say I agree? But when she turned around and I saw that it was chaps and I saw that it was a cowboy hat with fur trim, then I got
You're
cowboy.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry, when she turned around, all I saw was butt, so I wasn't thinking about anything else.
No, and I too. But when you see him on TikTok,
you see butts.
You see this. You can kind of really hone in on the details of these.
I gotcha. So my TikTok feed is mostly butts. I get you.
Really? I'm waiting for Scratch and Sniff TikTok to come out, and then I'll do all butts.
You want to hear something fun?
Please.
This is the Purple Brackets final episode review from us. Whoa. I don't know what that was. So I was like, oh, well, let me put on something a little purple. This is the first thing I ever bought in drag.
And you still have it all these years. It's so cute.
Forever 21. Do you remember 2010 Forever 21. I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
It was all party going out clothes. It was all sequin dresses. That was the dress I bought with it. Was the sequin dress that I no longer have. I gotta be honest, I don't know that I could have fit into it. And this jacket.
Tits have gotten better.
I used to fucking, my tits are huge. I used to fucking love a Forever 21 moment.
For some reason, I remember buying Forever 21 heels in size 10s and boots even in size 10, and I could fit in them. And now I can barely fit in a women's 11. I don't understand.
You gained
I don't understand the physics.
You gained a little,
Do you think
Dalmatian spots.
I've gained? Yeah, I've moved up. Yeah, I've moved up a couple of.
Does it not?
Do you gain weight? But do your feet? Well, your bones
I'm
splay
not the
out.
person to ask.
I've been watching Bones lately because I fucking love Bones.
I love the idea that you do watch TV like someone's mom.
You know what it's developed? I'm sorry, I won't take too long.
We are
saying
mom
this, but
old enough.
We are mom. Yeah,
We are mom.
We could be your mommies. The thing that I have now needed is I now need a show that I can exclusively fall asleep to. So like Poldark, I've seen before, but now when I watch it, it puts me to sleep. It's kind of Pavlov's dog. Oh!
Now it's Bones dogs.
Now it's Bones. Give a dog a Bones. She'll watch all 12 seasons.
I like to fall asleep I fall asleep to murder. But if I'm doing an afternoon nap and I don't have a new Dateline, I will put on like a British, like, bad show.
You have to watch Broadchurch.
No. And I will. And it's on the list. Curtis and I have a list and we put it on there. But
Fabulous.
no, I like the, like, early 2000s BBC specials and shit that are like, this family is fat and ugly. They're so disgusting. I think we're gonna have to burn their house down. But will they want our help? And they go in the house and they're like, this is bloody gross. You're disgusting. How do you live with yourself? You should kill yourself. I love that in the background as I'm falling asleep. What does that mean?
So
Night of a Thousand Mileys.
Night of a Thousand Mileys.
I love Miley Cyrus. I'm not like her biggest fan, like as far as like I don't listen to a lot of her music, but every time she's singing on my TikTok, I stop.
Well,
I think she's got a great voice.
As a fellow former child star, I just really appreciate how she's navigated fame and
having
being
an
in the
insane
public
dad
eye.
and not being insane.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
for you, bitch.
And I just also, she's got a really interesting voice that she can do a lot with, and it's really cool.
I think it's so interesting too that her godmom is Dolly Parton, because I would describe Dolly Parton as also a very unique singer. Like, I don't think a lot of people tune into Dolly music because they just love how classically beautiful her voice is. She has a really weird voice, but it works for her and it's beautiful, and I think Miley does too.
Agree.
And I think her dad is insane and he will die one day. So Alyssa Hunter.
Oh, she's doing the Bob Mackie.
I want to be so for real. I loved it.
It looks so good.
I don't always love, I do prefer an interpretation, but when it's done this well, this was great.
Yeah.
Truly A+.
And then the way she sold it too.
Yeah. Then we have Cuckoo. I love her spirit.
I like this, and I like that everything she wears, she has a really beautiful message attached to it. There's something about the proportion of this.
The eyes were the wrong size. They were a little too high. I don't know what's happening with this panty line.
It's the triangle panty line for me that feels weird. And since it looks like a bodysuit, we could have just adjusted things, and this would have been perfection.
For me, it was the eyes.
Oh, her titty eyes.
Yeah. Her eyes are down here. Up next, we had Daya Betty.
You know what? I liked it, but I don't know if I should have.
Okay, can I say I had a positive reaction to it until I saw the picture of the dress on Miley.
Yeah.
And it fits so much more like loose, kind of like the fact that you could
Draped.
see all of her undergarments took me out of it.
Yeah.
The draping was gone. I just saw undergarment. But she looks great. I had a very positive response to it.
And it's a good
when I first saw it.
good Daya Betty Miley.
Yeah, marriage. Miley looked so good. Never pick a picture you can't outpicture. You understand?
So, will you say that again?
I wish I could. I don't remember it.
Never pick a picture you can't outpicture.
What'd I say?
That's what you said.
Fuck. That was great.
I have a really good memory for like 9 minutes.
Yeah. I think dogs have good memories.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have Denali.
Oh, this is so good.
This was brilliant. Because she comes out in this look. She has the bear on her back. It looks
Instantly
incredible.
recognizable.
That was Miley's whole thing, was tongue out of the mouth winking at all times. So she did that. Then she reveals.
Miley.
She reveals into
I'm tongue out of mouth.
You're
right
Miley.
Now. Oh, Miley and me.
And then she reveals into the skin suit reveal that Miley had, and it's perfect. Yeah, she knocked this week. Well, she knocked every week out of the park, but
I also love what she did with the hair too to make it long in the back. Because just taking your hair up and putting it in 2 buns, it would look unfinished.
It would look kind of like you didn't try.
Just like a slapdash bow on one. Yeah, it would look weird.
Maybe a bracelet on the other one.
It would look insane.
Can I say?
Yeah.
I have a brown wig. I bought 2 brown wigs that I was going to have you turn into something. Should we go get it and just put it right here so you have long hair?
No. I think I look beautiful.
Okay. Believe in yourself. Then we have Ginger Minj as Elvis. I liked it initially. I think it's cute. We have seen Ginger Minj as Elvis.
Quite a bit. So I would have done something different.
That did take me out of it. Because immediately I was like, why do I know this look? But I think it's a cute idea. The thing with Ginger is she is so well established that even when she comes out and in something that is arguably beautifully made, she's got to do 10 times as much to impress me because I know her resources are so much larger than a lot of the other girls.
Yeah. I maybe would have picked something different, but it's great. It wasn't really instantly Miley. I would have picked something else. No one did Hannah Montana.
Oh, fuck. Who am I missing? Oh, I didn't pull Acid Betty's look. What was Acid Betty? Oh, do you remember the crystal skirt?
Yes.
And she had the rhinestone boobs.
Yes. Oh, she did it her way. Yeah.
She did it her way.
The faux mohawk. Yeah.
Which I think is really appropriate for Acid Betty.
Yeah.
Acid Betty is not a Miley Cyrus, and so I love that she made it her own. Did I think it was a little sloppy? Yeah. Did I think that her rhinestones kind of looked like,
pebbles? Spots? Dalmatian spots?
a wound?
Oh.
Perhaps. I enjoyed that she did what she did. And I also just I don't know. There's something so non-threatening about Acid Betty now that when she comes out and she's like, this is who I am, I'm like, great, cool. I love it. You know, I'm rooting for her, but I was not rooting. I did not like this. Personally.
Do we have enough time? Can I ask you what you would have worn?
I would have worn a Hannah Montana look only to upset Arancha.
Arancha Castilla Mancha. I would have worn,
Beach.
in the second Sex and the City movie, Samantha ends up wearing the same dress as Miley on the red carpet. And Miley looks at her and she kind of looks like, and then she goes, and then she gives a thumbs up and she walks and they do picture in picture. And
it's cute. It turns out cute.
It's really cute.
And it was all part of the script anyway. So it's no hurt feelings.
Huh?
We find out Ginger and Denali win. For me, it would have been Denali and Cuckoo.
Yeah, I feel comfortable saying that.
Ginger and Denali lip sync to a very upbeat song. Ginger does a park and bark. Denali does...
Sorry.
It didn't even wake her up. What does that say about you as a dog?
Well, I was going to tell you that she and we have a very contentious relationship because we were in K-9 college together.
Oh, but she
beat me.
Why did you...
Well, I dropped out because I had to go...
did K-9 history.
I did an episode of Damages, but it wasn't Glenn Close Damages. It was... I got sued and I had to go to court for damages. Yeah.
Right.
So I had to leave.
Yeah, you didn't have enough time. You had too many damages.
And it was tough.
Have you ever tried to watch that show?
No, but it sounds like a good show to fall asleep to.
I think I would too. Yeah, let's do it. Let's fall asleep to it tonight. Are you watching Squid Game?
Did it come out?
Yeah.
Then that's what I'll be doing tonight.
Yeah, we watched the first 2.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
It's so good.
I had no idea.
It's so good. They do the lip sync. Now, let me say this. So Ginger wins, which was surprising to most everyone who saw it. I've seen the argument that perhaps Denali was doing too much and she lost the plot. But first of all, if it's an upbeat song, I'd rather watch that. I don't want to watch someone passionately park and bark an upbeat song. Secondly, the cameras stayed on Ginger a lot. I felt like every time Denali was about to start doing something else, she'd move her body and camera cut. So
Yeah.
I don't even know what they saw, to be quite honest.
It does feel like they missed the mark. I would say the argument for doing too much, that doesn't apply to this, because like you just said, it is an upbeat song. We've all seen the ballads where the girls do too much and then it looks weird.
But for an upbeat song...
And yeah, and I am the first to champion that there are many different forms of lip sync. I very much often prefer what's going on here versus what's going on down here.
Oh, yeah.
However, I can't see that that was the case with this. And I think it sucks. Like you said earlier, it sucks for Ginger. Because it's not her fault that they're doing this. And she deserves a crown, if that's where this is headed. I think she deserves a crown. I think maybe it was due season 7 even.
Yeah.
But it's a shame that it's happening like this. Because it's...
And there's a lot of younger fans who just don't know her the same way that the judges and production do. And so they're like gooning over her because they're older and they've known her for a long time. Yeah. I think it's the same reason we goon for Ginger, because we've known her forever. And she is truly incredibly talented.
Incredibly talented. And
kind.
Nicest.
And kind.
Yeah.
So it's just a bummer. I feel like World of Wonder, and I know this is a generalization, but I feel like World of Wonder, in a lot of their editing producer decisions, seems very disconnected.
They've lost the plot.
It seems very disconnected from younger fans, from who is now watching the show. I think they need to hire a child.
I can't believe we said that, and I agree with you. Hire Jake Shane. I think he's so funny.
Which one's that?
He's
Little Blonde.
Therapus. No, Therapus. He's the one that would be like, do Abraham
We saw
Lincoln.
Edna Mode at VidCon.
We saw Edna Mode TikTok at VidCon. I was too dazzled.
She said we look good.
I was too dazzled to say anything to her, but she did say we look pretty. I looked prettier than that. We looked prettier than this. She looked beautiful. I looked pretty.
We looked good, but not as good as Edna Mode.
She looked so amazing, and it was very hot, and she was in full Edna Mode.
Yeah, leather.
So Ginger Minj wins.
Yeah, so it is not shown on stage, but Denali does walk off. So as soon as Ru says, and let the music play, Denali just exits the stage. Now everything I'm about to say is from internet, and I have done no further digging. So if this is untrue, it's IMHO. Come on.
I love
what
digging.
Are you doing here?
I love digging, but I also haven't done any further digging.
Right.
I just got my nails done, so.
Is that what stops you from digging?
Yeah.
Show me your nails that you just got done.
Oh, the lights are too bright. I don't want to injure them.
By light. You're right. No, that makes total sense.
They're still drying, so they got to stay down here where I can kind of
air them out. yeah. There's a nice flow of air.
I just have to air them out.
There's a lot of air flowing between her legs that are always open.
Don't.
Anyway.
Sorry.
No. I want you to be comfortable.
I have bad hips.
So Denali walks off the stage. She said, I think at Roscoe's, like, I was disappointed. I was a little upset. So when she said, let the music play, I didn't want to dance. So I just walked off the stage. Well, I guess it sent Ru off. And this is not from Denali. This is from internet rumor that I'm saying this. But the rumor is when she walked off like that, Ru lost it, yelling about how ungrateful she was and all of these things.
Show that.
I'm curious as to why they didn't. I think, again, this is all just me making stuff up. I think they didn't because I think Denali comes back for the merge. I think she's the wild card that makes it through.
Oh.
Because everyone's saying her confessional look changed because of the walk-off. I've seen, like, that rumor that, like, she had to come back and finish. But no, I think she just came back for the merge. And that's why her confessionals look different.
Ooh,
I don't know.
We'll have to see.
I'm making it up.
Maybe we'll have her on a. Maybe we'll be on a podcast soon and explain it.
That's where the little tension came in, but they didn't show it, which honestly I'm grateful for only because it's Denali.
Only because it's Denali.
And I don't want the fans to turn against her because everyone views Drag Race as this very like black and white thing, and it's just not.
Yeah, Dalmatians are black and white.
Exactly. It's not a Dalmatian.
But
it's a Drag Race.
We're not things.
So we go to the next episode where they are giving their points. This is where Daya becomes fully realized. And I hated it and I loved it. I mostly hated it, but I loved that it was happening. Acid, Daya, and Alyssa all give their points to Cuckoo. Because Acid, I think very rightfully so, astutely said in the last episode, let's make our points count for something.
At least we get it. Yeah.
At least we can get her through. It was a very Nicole Paige Brooks.
Well, at least we can get someone through. I like it. It's using the game to your advantage, even if don't think you're gonna win.
I mean, it's a little heartbreaking because had she not done that, it looks like Denali probably would have made it through. But
yeah.
I love that she was thinking ahead. I love that she was trying to change something up. That was great. When Alyssa gives her point to Cuckoo, Daya flips out. In her head, not in person yet, but she says she's fucking screaming. Now, in the Untucked, Daya's like, hey, if this happens, who would you give your point to? Or in this scenario, who would get your point? And Alyssa, in this generalization, is like, I would give my point to whoever I think has been the most consistent. Daya, in her head, heard her name. Okay? So when she doesn't give her point to Daya, when Alyssa doesn't give her point to Daya, Daya thinks she's been robbed somehow because she said the most consistent and that's only been her. That is diabolical. That is an insane thing to think and I love it.
It's diabetical.
It's diabetical, in fact. Next day, they walk into the workroom. She brings it up. And Alyssa's genuinely and rightfully so confused because she never promised it to Daya. She never even said Daya's name. But for some reason, Daya's got it in her head that she's wronged her. And she's like, well, I said who the most consistent person was and that was Cuckoo.
I said consistent.
I said consistent and consistently. And she's like, well, then you're lying. And she's like, are you saying that she hasn't been performing consistently? And she was like, well, no. I was like, Daya, you lost. You lost.
Yeah, Daya was, I mean, sorry to my brothers and sisters and thems, but Daya was barking up the wrong tree. And that's, I'm sure JB knows, that's so fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
When you bark up a wrong tree and then you realize that the bird or the squirrel or the rat is in the other tree.
Sorry.
It hurts. And everyone saw.
Here. Okay. She came. They end it with her, continuing to come at Alyssa. Alyssa's like, okay, you're still a bitch. And then she says, I've been called way worse by way better. And that's when I have to admit, I fell off the Daya train.
Oh, no.
I was thinking about it. I know I repped hard for Mistress, and I know that was difficult for some people because she was bully. But her bully doesn't come from an insecure place, so that's why I think it's so funny. But Daya creating this whole issue in her head and then taking it out on poor Alyssa is so shitty.
Yeah.
And what she said was shitty. And then the fact that it didn't end there. She brings it up again. She brings it up again the next day when they're doing their makeup. And finally, Alyssa's just like, girl, go worry about yourself. I'm trying to work here. What are you doing? I told you I thought she was more consistent than you, that she did better than you. What is this? And then she goes to Cuckoo to try to get her involved, and Cuckoo just takes out her, what's it called? Sorry.
Chancla.
Thank you. And she just starts hitting people on the butt. And that disarmed everyone.
Yeah.
But like, Daya was on one, and then she brought it up again. She brought it up again. In Untucked this episode, she was demanding an apology from Alyssa this time. It makes no sense. So I don't know if this was Daya's delusion or
Delusion Betty, yeah.
if there was a storyline producer in her ear being like, no, this is going to play great. Like, this is great. Why don't you go confront her again?
I do wonder, they've all done this before. They probably know when to make moments big and when to let them go. But I feel like, much like the kind of heavy-handedness of the Ginger Minge win last week, know when to let things go.
Well, also, it was her last Untucked of her bracket. So maybe she's like, that's the only drama I have, so I'm going to keep it moving. But her saying, I've been called way worse by way better, to this poor girl who did nothing to her.
She was pressed that she was
good.
Possibly going to be up points, and now she's even with points, and it's like,
and it didn't matter. It didn't matter in the end.
Don't get mad.
It didn't matter.
Get better than someone else.
Did it? I know it's a TV show. I know they're under a lot of pressure, but
yeah, I still like her.
I like her drag a lot. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know her. I liked how tall she was that time I met her. That's
she
all.
was so tall.
Okay, they're gonna do this thing where they have to be dogs. I don't understand that.
And I
don't know why
have
a
to
drag
say,
queen would ever want to do that.
I do have to say, it's pretty offensive.
As
a dog.
Yes.
It's a little offensive. However, I happen to have like a sense of humor.
Oh.
No, I don't do fleece much because it's too warm.
Right, you already have fur.
Yeah, I do.
I love that you wore sleeves instead of just showing your furry arms.
Legs.
Legs. I apologize. They have to dress up and they have to do basically like The Bachelor with Zane Phillips.
Excuse me.
I'm
a little hot under the collar for that gentleman.
It's true. He's hot. He's a stud.
He's hot and he did an incredible job.
Dogs? Studs? He's a stud. He was a great improv. Yes, and
he's a great golden retriever. Great golden retriever.
Great golden retriever energy.
I would have maybe cast him as a pit bull, but only because I wanted to see him more dominant. But I can watch Fire Island for that.
Yeah, he can make that happen for you. He can make that happen for you. I reached out to him.
I want to know if he reached back out.
To see if he would maybe talking for a few minutes on the show about being a dog in front of RuPaul. That should have been a highlight of his career. Because we did meet him in a parking lot once.
We are forever meeting cool people in parking lots.
So I thought for sure he'd immediately respond and be like, oh my god, parking lot bitch, of course, I'm your biggest fan. However, the message hasn't been read because I think he's filming. He's filming right now. He's really busy with filming.
Did he get the new Damages?
He is Glenn Close's character in Damages. She's trans and younger.
He played Kim Cattrall's son in Gloria. What was that show that Miss Benny was the star of? Glamorous.
Unfortunately, he wasn't able to work this into his schedule, but I'm sure he wanted to.
Not yet. Not
yet. And the runway was paper dolls. So they had to dress in paper.
I love paper dolls.
Me too, Beach. So let's go through their looks and their dogs. Alyssa.
Oh my god, the look is incredible.
Incredible.
The look is so good, and I loved how it was...
It's incredible.
A reference to something that happens in her culture. It was amazing.
And I love that this is what she was working on when she was like, I'm working, Daya. Go worry about yourself. She was a dog with puppies on her titties. That was so funny to me.
She was crazy, but she seemed more at home. I feel like she conquered what she said she wanted to do about just like feeling more at ease in. She wasn't necessarily funny, but she seemed less
She
nervous.
also was dealing with a lot. Like she had
so many pups on her teeth.
Daya and so many puppies. She had Daya to deal with. She had Ginger to deal with for half a second. She really was going through it. And I gotta say, for someone with that much on their mind, I thought she did fine. You know, she's not the funniest person in the world, but this idea is really funny. And the look is really funny.
But dog hunting is no joke. So for Alyssa Hunter to be put out there, watch it. Wow.
Then we had Ginger Minge.
She was Shakespeare, Elizabethan Shakespeare. And I actually loved the added note that she typed up all the soliloquies and sonnets about cross-dressers, because there's tons of it in Shakespeare. I like it. I think it's cool.
I loved it. And Michelle saying no more Marie Antoinette. Cool. This is not Marie Antoinette,
That's offensive.
This is
a completely different
Elizabethan
era in fashion.
It's like a different time. Yeah. Completely. Please, someone get Michelle. Just get her an Airbnb for a weekend. Let her rest. Because she's losing it. She's losing it. Now, she was a St. Bernard, a retired St. Bernard. I laughed from the moment I saw her until the moment the episode ended.
It was really funny.
This was her moment. This was her shining moment.
Yeah.
Not a single note. I loved her choosing that weird kind of almost Audrey from Little Shop accent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure, mister. And she's drunk. Being drunk is funny.
St. Bernard, but barrel under. That's funny.
That is funny. Wait, what was in that barrel? First aid, right? Or was it alcohol?
No, I think it was like brandy or whiskey. So to keep people warm, to warm them up quick.
But that keeps you cold because it thins your blood. People were dumb.
Maybe that's why they don't do that anymore. Also, St. Bernard's like
big.
Oh, I want to cuddle with one. I think that's the closest you can get to cuddling with a bear.
A St. Bernard?
Yeah.
A bear? Then we had Denali.
Oh,
this was incredible.
This was incredible, and I loved the nod to
the Fox family.
Camilla Fox is the drag queen in Chicago.
And subtitle person, just so you for Paramount, just so you know, it's Fox with 2 X's.
Yeah.
I loved it. The fact that this paper looks so not paper, I'm just so impressed.
That's incredible.
And look at the nude illusion. Look at that match. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now, she was a King Cavalier Spaniel.
Oh,
King Charles Cavalier Spaniel.
I loved it. I loved her look.
Me too.
It was so
she was a
cute.
nervous,
She was an
emotional
emotional
dog.
support dog. Yeah.
She was supposed to be needy, and she went nervous, and that's what the judges kept saying.
Yeah, I think that was a little unclear. I think instead of like being nervous, it's like being chill and then being like, wait, are you about to faint? You're about to faint, aren't you?
That
I
would've
can
been funny.
smell it.
That
Yeah.
would've been funny.
Here, take a bottle of water. I'm gonna go get one. And you know what I mean?
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
If she was like overly concerned. That's
But
funny.
I did like the twist of she actually needed the emotional support dog.
Yeah, no, that was really funny.
Because dependency.
I thought
is
she and
funny.
Daya worked really well together, and I really enjoyed her take on this. Curtis's family, they're all King Charles Spaniel family.
Oh,
They've
I love Lady in the
had
Tramp.
and killed like 10 of them. Not them. The dog's body killed itself because they're all inbred. I loved her take on the look. I love that she did a British accent to the best of her ability.
Oh,
to the
yeah.
best of her
To the best
ability.
of her ability.
Very funny. She made me laugh.
She did make me
And I
laugh.
thought she and Daya really stuck out to me as like evenly matched in the hot tub.
Yes.
It was the only one where there
was
wasn't
even
one person
overshadowing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Betty, speaking of Dalmatians, this very clearly is a reference to me from the show Cruella, the movie Cruella with Emma Stone.
I loved that movie.
I love that movie.
I didn't
it's
expect
so
to love
good.
it. I loved it.
This reminded me of that. Utica helped build this, I think. Utica who's
Project
about
Runway.
to be on Project Runway or is on
Utica,
Project Runway.
July 31st or
Yeah.
30th. I love this. It's paper.
I love it. Cool. And I love that she was like, I
So
wasn't allowed to
cool.
play with dolls, so I played with bugs.
That makes sense.
That
makes
is funny.
sense. Yeah.
I relate to not being allowed to play with dolls, so making my own paper dolls. I used to draw, me and my friend Amanda Clark.
Oh, yeah.
We used to draw, and then we would glue them on popsicle sticks. And like, ooh.
Every time you say your friend Amanda Clark, I always think you're saying Amanda Knox. In my head, I immediately think, I forgot she was best friends with that woman.
Blonde. She's blonde.
Amanda Knox is brunette.
I did a show, Damn Yankees, with a girl named Jennifer Knox, and we called her Jennifer Knockers. She had huge.
Like Jennifer Samard.
Yes.
Daya was Rudel the Poodle.
Oh, I think she looked incredible.
She looked incredible. Her character, though, given her shenanigans with Alyssa all episode, seeing her be just kind of bitchy and rude, I just wasn't in the mood.
Yeah.
But I think she did fine. She kind of just did what she always does.
Yeah.
Then we had Acid Betty. Now, this was a Marie Antoinette look.
It's really good, though.
It's really well done. It is a little messy, but that's just kind of her vibe, I think.
Yeah, I think the hair is messy, but I love the clean lines of the outfit.
Yeah, I think the outfit and the idea is really, really cool.
And yeah.
I hate those boobs.
Oh, I didn't even notice the faces on the panniers. It's like Nutcracker. Acid
Yeah.
Betty does
Oh,
Nutcracker.
yeah.
Like Mother Gothel, like when all the kids
Acid,
come
go
shooting
crack some
out.
nuts, bitch.
I
You're good at that.
love it. And I think this is so Acid Betty. This is also the challenge. I think if you're tired of seeing something, sorry,
Don't
Michelle,
say something.
just let it go.
Don't look. Just
Also,
look away.
The
Look over there.
Marie Antoinette and Shakespeare and Elizabethan and Edwardian and all that, like his fashion history is so rich and it directly influences the clothes you're wearing right now. So if
Cerulean.
we don't want to wear that stuff, if you don't want to look at it, go host a different show.
But she is.
Down Under.
No, she's hosting. Well, yes, but she's also hosting. Sorry about your plastic surgery. I got rid of my boobs. You want to?
Yes. Oh, and that works out because cut her head off, cut her
her
boobs
boobs
off. That's why she doesn't like Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, it's too close to the
Let
breast.
them eat cake. You cut it off first. Cuckoo should go on that show
Have you seen that video?
if she wanted to get rid of her cuckoo.
Have you seen? Did I send you that video I came across today of James Charles falling down the stairs?
Yes. Okay, I do have a question. Play it.
So good. I'm so sorry, Alexis.
Is that a dramatization or is that
No,
really
it's his,
him
it's
the
his
whole way
ring
through?
camera. He took the footage of his here.
He took the house.
I'm currently calling my car. Let's finish this transition. Just hold on the fucking stairs.
Up close, she looks like a beautiful young girl, and then from above, she looks like Pee Wee Herman.
falling down the stairs, and she doesn't just fall. She goes, "Oh, fuck!" Which I have to admit, same. I would absolutely do that. I'm a fuck screamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
love scream fucking.
But when I'm getting fucked, I'm not a screamer. I'm like a...
You're like a... You're a whimperer. Yeah.
I came. Acid Betty played a dominatrix. She made me laugh.
She did make me laugh.
Her dog's name was Come. So every time she would say something that like her master says, she would go like, he likes when I sit or when I stay. I gotta admit, she was unrecognizable to me. When she walked in, I was like, wait, who is that?
Betty Page vibes.
I hope Acid Betty is as proud of herself as she should be. She killed this bracket.
You know what? She could have even been top 3 had this been judged.
She should have won
differently.
week 1 with Denali.
Yes.
And I gotta be honest, her verse and
her
how
verse
insane
was good.
her cowboy thing was.
Yeah,
I
this
would have
was
put her
so
up top
good.
there
But I
too.
love that I feel fresh. I feel she's fresher, lighter.
Yes.
Still acidic, but just a lighter version.
Yeah, I'm very much I'm 180'd my Acid Betty.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
ready
because
to
she
take
left a
another
bad
dose.
taste in my mouth.
Well, a little acidic taste.
Yeah.
Okay. Cuckoo.
Okay, Cuckoo was she was memorializing
Celebrate.
liver clearance of liver cancer.
She was celebrating that she didn't have it.
Green
Green.
is the color of laugh. Green is the color of liver awareness. Wait.
Liver cancer awareness.
Liver funny. It's not funny. It's just my mouth is watering because I love liver so much.
Right, because you're a dog.
Yeah.
This one made me laugh because, and I know it exists somewhere. I bet I could find it one day if I try hard enough. I've only auditioned for Drag Race a few times over the 18 years it's been on. And one of them...
Paper gown.
You know what I'm going to say?
I have a story that
good.
That can parallel this. And the footage will never be shown.
I might show mine just because I know, like, I was so wrong for this. It was the night before it was due, and I still hadn't, like, conquered the one build-it-yourself outfit. Like, unconventional materials, build whatever. So, after, like, a night... After a night of working at Bar Redacted, one of the bartenders that was helping me with my video...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So hot. He came home with me and in my kitchen with overhead, like, yellow kitchen lighting in this apartment. I'm standing in a dress, which was just a tube. It was just a tube of white styrofoam bowls that I had hot glued together. I was standing in a tube of white bowls. Styrofoam bowls. Did it look good? No. Did it make any sense? No. Did I break it immediately? Yes. And I submitted that. I didn't even think to take it out. I thought, well, yeah, I'll include that.
I'm not gonna lie. Compared to mine,
yes.
I like this.
Yeah.
But
Cynthia's isn't that bad because it has dangles.
So mine was, that brown craft paper that you get to wrap parcels.
To wrap body parts. Parcels.
Parcels. Yeah, or meat. You're right. I got that and I just folded it accordion style and made a big fan going this way and a big fan going that way. Then I thought it'd be really funny if after I do my runway walk, I turn around and it's nothing in the back.
Did you censor it or did you show your actual butt?
I think I showed my butt, but it was a different time. And no one will
before all
ever
that
see
stuff
it.
Was done to it?
Nope.
Wow.
All the bug bites.
Well, you've redeemed yourself through Camp Wanakiki. You showed like that you can make outfits.
Oh yeah.
You did really well on that.
Thanks.
You won that, I think.
Well, didn't even win. I'm very grateful for my time on Camp.
I know you are. Cuckoo was a nun.
She was a nun and a nervous chihuahua.
It didn't make a lot of sense, but Cuckoo doesn't in comedy challenges, and that's the fun.
Yeah.
You just gotta go with it.
Yeah.
You just gotta go with it. And she did make me laugh. I don't think on purpose, but I loved it.
yeah.
I loved it.
I did laugh. I laughed at Chalupa. Ginger and I win. We got a repeat of episode 1. I don't necessarily...
Ginger should
have won.
This is the one episode I would fight you.
Yeah,
if you
Ginger.
Said she didn't
Ginger won.
deserve it.
Ginger wins.
Ginger won that hands down. I think it did come down to Daya or Denali.
Nice.
To me, what did you think?
I actually thought Cuckoo did pretty well.
No,
No.
you can't. I'm sorry. That paper runway. I don't care if she stood on her fucking head the whole time. And what's good when you stand on your head? Jizzed. It still wouldn't have done it for me.
Kegels? Kegs.
What?
When you stand on your head and do a keg stand?
That's called Kegels.
Yeah.
Ginger and Daya do a lip sync.
Hey, my arms aren't furry anymore.
I know. That was the joke.
Okay, it was a delayed reaction.
Okay. So Ginger and Daya do another lip sync. Ginger parks and barks again. To me, it felt a little like she was trying to give it to Daya, which I appreciated. I think that's really sweet. So Daya does win. And I think rightfully so, though. Like, watching it back, she's got a stage presence.
Now, I gotta be honest. I was getting my flea stuff right here. So I caught the beginning of the lip sync, but I didn't see the rest of it. So now you just tell me what happens. Is that okay? Because I didn't see it.
Of course.
Unfortunately, I was doing my flea drops.
No, I understand that.
My
so
monthly.
Ginger does this.
What's the song?
Let's not get caught in the weeds. Okay.
Okay.
So
That's how you get fleas.
she's doing this. And then whenever she can, she'll look directly at the judges and go. And then they laugh. But Daya was doing this. Oh, and Ginger was dressed as a taxi cab driver. I forgot to tell you. She was a leopard taxi cab driver with a white
Heart
face.
of gold? Oh.
Her lip sync outfit did
Wait,
make me
was she in a
laugh.
dog? She was in dog face still? Or no.
She was in her
Oh,
Shakespeare
she was in her
face.
Shakespeare face.
She was wearing a
Oh, I love that.
leopard print just dress with like a matching cabbie hat for no reason. It was so funny.
Oh, I love that.
Actually, it was really cute to me, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the makeup was crazy, but it was funny. Anyway, so Daya wins. So now we get to the final. They get
And
to
they
give
have
their
to do
points
points.
away. Blah,
Okay.
blah, blah, blah,
What's
blah,
up?
blah.
Tell me.
The most important part you need to know is it comes down to, so Daya and Ginger go, and we are tied between Denali and Cynthia. They both have 4 points. Cynthia, all of her points came from everyone else. And I think that's such an interesting turn of events. Did anyone else get through solely on other people's points? Wait, why am I asking?
The
You don't know.
president.
So it comes down to Acid. Acid's vote is the deciding vote. And she's the one that wanted to get Cuckoo through, and she does.
That is really touching. I did
It
see that
is.
part on TikTok, and it was really
It's
touching.
really sweet. And Denali
Yeah.
gets a point. And Alyssa got Cuckoo's point because Cuckoo felt bad and it made her cry because she wasn't giving her point to Cuckoo, but it ended up not mattering because Acid gave her. Anyway, I hate to see Denali eliminated. She shouldn't have even been in the position where she could have been. But seeing everyone
rally around
Cuckoo,
That's special.
That's special.
And it's a beautiful redemption for Miss Acid.
It's a beautiful decision. And that wraps up bracket 3. What a mess. But we will be back next week with everyone come together time and cannot wait to see Mistress stab someone.
Hell yeah.
If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe and of course notification bell.
Join us on Patreon at patreon.com/IMHOtheSHOW.
We're both on Cameo.
And you can do a Cameo.
And we have merch at drugandmerch.com.
And you can listen to our podcast every Thursday, wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to listen on your listeners.
You better use those ears. I woke up today and I had a beautiful morning. I had a nice moment with my best friend. We had a few morning lofts. It was just like,
Yeah.
just had a really nice day. And so,
We're getting back to
basics.
back to me.
This is me now.
Is it?
So it was 75 degrees and sunny. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
as hot as it's been. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take her for an afternoon walk. I'm going to take her to the park. So I walked her over to that park, the one closest to us that has all the kids in it. Oh, I don't know if it was just the time of day or whatever, but it was like dead. And I was like, this is beautiful. So there's a section of the park. It's just like a little corner of the park that's under all these trees. And if there's no one there, you really do feel like you're completely alone. And so in the past, when I'm with JB, if there's no other dogs around, I'll just drop the leash and let her run around because she's
It's
surprisingly,
exhilarating.
yeah, and she's surprisingly, because she's not at all trained, she's surprisingly good at it. Like, if I call her, she immediately comes back.
Yeah.
Today, however, you know, like, there's something about, and I think this is for a lot of dogs. If the dog gets too far from you in their wander, and you call them, and they look back, and you're too far away. I think sometimes they think
we like to pretend like we can't hear.
Yes.
Yeah, the sound barrier.
So JB is running around for a while. We're just having fun. She starts to kind of trot towards the main area, the main like big field where they do sport, and there's a father and daughter throwing a baseball, which I thought was very progressive. She sees that and she loves people, so I call her, she looks back. I'm really far from her. Too far, I'll admit. I shouldn't have been that far from her. And thank God there were no dogs around, so she just books it to the father and daughter. And I was worried at first, but then I remembered at this particular park, that main field is an unofficial dog park. So there's always loose dogs running around, which is what I was really worried about. But there was no dogs. So as soon as she ran up to this guy, she jumped, which, again, embarrassing. I do feel bad. But the guy was clearly used to it because he just goes... And he's like, honey, put your hands up. We don't know if she's friendly. And I was like, I'm sorry, she's very friendly. She's very friendly. And he didn't say a word. He just stayed with his hands up, his daughter with her hands up. I was so embarrassed. I was just because, like, I am that girly. If a dog is off leash, I will yell and scream. But if it's my dog, technically her leash was still attached. I was just so embarrassed. I felt so bad.
No, that happens.
I know. I was just, it was a perfect storm. There were no other dogs around, thank God. If there was a dog, I don't know what I would have done.
Well, this stuff happens, and yeah. No,
I'm thinking
that's
about getting her a muzzle so we can start going to, like, dog parks. Because she's reactive.
So
she's not, like, aggressive.
No,
but she's
not.
reactive.
And she wants to play, I feel.
So I think a muzzle would be good for her, actually. And you.
I have been muzzled before. I'll tell you what, I absolutely need it. No.
What, they're pearls?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I absolutely needed a muzzle today because I'm going to tell you something. I did have a lovely morning. I was editing our podcast. And
Thank you for doing that.
It was making me laugh. The whole thing was just bringing me so much joy.
I think it's going to be funny.
I think it's going to be really funny. I hope everyone likes it.
It's already out by the time this comes out.
Oh, I hope you all like it.
go
And if
listen.
you don't, please don't comment. Because I don't want you to be
her.
mean to my guests. You can be mean to me if you want. I'm on Celexa 20. But I went and saw Jurassic World Rebirth today.
How'd that go?
I had a great time. I saw most of it. I did drink a Diet Coke and I wore the skirt that like cuts in. So I had to pee 4 times. And I also had to... 4 times. And I had to move my seat. I had to just move.
How much pee comes out?
Not a lot. I think there's a problem with... I have a big belly, but my bladder must be this big.
Yeah.
So
You don't have a
I'm
big
going to see it
belly. You
again
have a
anyways.
Strong belly.
I'm going to see it again. I want to work on my core because...
Me too. I think that's why I threw my back
that's why
out.
your back, and that's why I can feel my back in the morning hurts.
Bitch, sorry to brag, but I got a massage because on TikTok, I saw a guy get locked in his body, lock-in syndrome from a chiropractor. So I'm never doing that again.
Oh, please don't go to a chiropractor.
No, I'm not.
No.
But I went to get a massage at Squeeze.
Oh, good. That's right. Yeah.
And that's right.
That's right.
And, and the guy was so nice. And I told him, like, what happened. Because I told him, I was like, we've been traveling a lot. I've been a little depressed. So I haven't really been moving my body a lot. And he's like, yeah, that's how you get these types of injuries. Is you just kind of, like, your body gets really tight. And then all it takes is to wash your butthole too hard. And I did tell him that. Can I say, it was not a sexual... washing or that
exploration
and massage, but it did feel very sexual. The way he would like
the way people touch, it's
Yeah.
intimate. It can be really intimate.
And he would like to get my whole leg out. He would like put the towel like deep. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Anyway, but at the end, I was like, oh my God, that was great. Thank you so much. And I have to be honest, it is the best massage I've ever had. And that includes the massages where I got happy endings.
I want to go.
This is still better.
I want to go.
You know what it is? He looked like a maintenance man. When I was waiting in the lounge before, I see this guy keep walking through like really quickly and he's like carrying stuff. And I thought it was the maintenance man. He's just this unassuming looking kind of like middle-aged dude.
Oh, I love
and then
it.
when he came up and he was like, Drew? I was like, yes? He was great. Anyway, but at the end he goes, you really need to stretch. You're very tight. And I'm just worried that you're going to hurt yourself further. And I was like, so I'm tight. And then he suddenly left the room.
Well, speaking of tight, I have to say, I love Jurassic Park. I feel the same way about these dinosaur films, like I feel like about my Sex and the City girls, they're my team. I'm going to support. I'm going to show up. Even when I don't love all the players, or I don't care about them as much. I'm showing up. I had a great time watching. We know Jonathan Bailey is truly one of the hottest people in the world. The other one being Pedro Pascal. And it's not because of just looks. It's because of the way that they move through the world. And you can tell they're not assholes. And I am right there with everyone about the slutty little glasses, but there is something that's being overlooked.
The dinosaurs.
The cargo pants. I'm not talking about that, but the cargo pants on him were really nice. There is a scene, without spoilers, where he puts on rock climbing harness.
Oh, okay.
Rock climbing harness.
Say no more.
In khaki cargo pants.
Yeah.
My tongue was out.
Yeah.
I was sweating.
Yeah. To be fair, you sweat a lot.
I am sweating a lot,
Yeah.
even though it's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat, but you need to put the moisture somewhere.
He's so good. My only misgiving about the movie, which I'm not docking points off. I'm not docking points off in the movie because I don't have any points to give.
You rarely make a point.
Thank you. And thank you. Is Scarlett Johansson. She was fine in this. She was serviceable. She was great.
She's good at what she does, but like...
I don't think what she does is Jurassic Park movies, but I'm happy to have her in the franchise.
Whoa.
Here's what I'm saying. Whoever decided the placement of her tight, slick back ponytail in this film
is mad at her.
Is either mad at her or mad at us, because I didn't appreciate it.
Oh. Okay.
The placement was too low. But I understand that
when
her character...
they go low, our ponytails go high.
Thank you. I didn't need it to be on top of her head, but it was so low. And it wasn't a low pony either. It was weird.
Do you think that was to show that she's so into dinosaurs she doesn't think about how she looks?
I would say that, but you could tell that it was so tight there wasn't a flyaway. So she's doing one of those roll-on, like...
deodorants.
Well, they do roll-on kind of like wax gel sticks that when you do a slick back bun or a pony...
So nothing comes out.
Nothing fly... But it was so low and her head is beautiful, but it's so round. I didn't want it down there. Like, it was get either lower or get higher. In the middle, where it was taking me out of the experience. But then when Jonathan Bailey, Henry Loomis, put those harness on...
Okay, I understand that. And can I also raise you a movie harness situation?
Please.
Okay, there was a movie harness situation that made me so horny. I remember smashing my junk to it. It was truly, like, it was important to me.
Okay.
And I still follow him to this day. Do you remember the Sandra Bullock dramedy, 28 Days?
Oh, yes, I do.
I love that movie.
Yes, I do. That movie is underappreciated, and it's freaking good.
Fantastic. I love that movie.
I love Sandra Bullock in a dramatic role.
She's great at everything.
She's great at everything. She could have been Scarlett Johansson.
She should go to space. Anyway, there's a scene where they're doing group building exercises, and one of them is like climbing a wall or whatever. And the fun, like the kind of comic relief of the main group of people is this really tall, really hot, pale, muscular, like Eastern European sort of accent. I don't know that they ever identify where he comes from. But there's a moment where he gets stuck in the harness and he's just dangling.
Okay.
And he goes, is that my junk? Right? Does he say that?
Yeah, he directs, yeah, it's okay to look.
And it looks great.
That, to me...
His thighs. His
arms. To me, looked... Because I don't think... They definitely didn't have intimacy coordinators back then. They definitely, I don't think, were thinking about, like, coverage. I think that was all him.
Yeah, that was an impromptu line for sure.
No. I think he didn't have a cup or anything. I think that was his bulge.
I agree.
I do think the Jonathan Bailey, I think there was something to kind of round out.
Well, he's thinking about it.
Well, you kind of have to because everyone's looking.
And high definition.
And I'm happy. I'm happy for his discretion because he's naked a lot of his. I love him.
Can I tell you something sexual?
Yeah.
I'm not a toys person.
I'm not in heat right now, so we're safe.
Oh, perfect. I'm not a toys person, but I was tempted the other day. There is this man who is currently my only OnlyFans subscription. I was on his Twitter the other day, and it was like, here, I made a mold of my dick. And so you can buy your own dildo that's my dick. Even though I'm not a toys person, I was like, maybe. Because wouldn't it be fun to, like, watch one of his OnlyFans videos and be like, I have it too?
Oh, yeah. It's like, it would be like, the future.
I wouldn't, like, do anything with it. I would just, you know what, like, well, you don't know, but at Blackpink concerts, they have those light-up hammers, and they just, like, wave them around. I would watch his OnlyFans videos, and I'd just wave it around. I think I might get it. It'd be fun.
Yeah, and you have to support queer
Curtis
art.
would love it.
Curtis would fucking jizz.
It's also, like, an incredible introduction to cuckery.
Oh, you know what? And that'll stop your neighbor from opening the packages when they get accidentally sent to them.
Okay.
You should
I have
just
these
start ordering
neighbors.
the nastiest.
I hate them so much. Okay. I have these neighbors. They are the opposite wall of me. So I can't hear them, but their dogs bark all the time.
They seem to have a fresh
And they
litter
cry.
of puppies
every single
day.
Yes. I think she's illegally breeding them. And listen, I might have to
Oh, that's
turn her
not
around.
okay.
I might have to turn her. No, I'm just kidding. I made all that up. I don't know if she does,
but it's
there's
every
always puppies.
morning and every night. I think it's when they leave come home for work or something. Or I don't know why they bark at night.
I don't know, but they're so loud. And when they first moved in, she's the one who wrote the note and left it on my door without signing it or saying who she was. I figured it out.
That's why you got the Ring camera, didn't you?
No, it's my paranoia. When I do weed at night and I'm home alone, I get really paranoid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Anyway, no, I love it. It's a good paranoid. It's how I know it's working. She left me a note when they first moved in that, like, our subwoofer is making everything in their house shake, which, like, we have a subwoofer this big that's on an inside wall far away from them. Like, I know that's not the case. Anyway, it just sent me over edge because it doesn't matter. Every now and then, my packages get delivered to their house. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's a dyslexic issue with the delivery person because it's always their apartment. There's like 20-something apartments. I don't think our numbers look alike, but I guess if you're dyslexic, maybe they do. Yesterday, I realized that her little puppy's toothbrushes said they were delivered yesterday, but I don't see them anywhere. And I was like, that's weird. So I went to look at the delivery photo, and it is her fucking front mat. And I was like, oh my God, it got delivered to that bitch again. And it's happened before, and in the past, first time it happened, I did knock on her door. And it was a full day later. I did knock on her door, tell her that it got delivered there. She said no. I showed her the picture, and she said, oh. And then she brought out an open box with when we were doing Drag Race Germany, and I bought the Hookeslang? No, Sweden? Doesn't matter. But it was a costume. It was like the
dirndl?
Yeah, I bought a dirndl costume. The box was open, sitting on her table, and she was like, oh, here you go, sorry. Anyway, so yesterday I go to look. Where are her toothbrushes? I see by the front door of the building, not my front door, but the front door of the building where everyone goes in and out, is my box with her toothbrushes and a couple other things open, sitting by the front door. So
That's so rude.
And I checked the photo. It was her house. So she opened it again without looking and then just set it by the front door where anyone could just reach in and grab something.
If an innocent mistake happens, you better believe I'm retaping that box.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm reading to make sure it's mine.
I
But if
always
it if I do open it on accident, I'm taping that box shut again. I'm saying, so sorry.
Writing a little note. So sorry, I
I'm
didn't take anything. It got delivered to the wrong house. Exactly. So I was a little peeved. Nothing was missing, but I was a little peeved that she didn't even, like, bring it over to me.
That's weird.
So I was like, okay. So today, I get a notification. It has been delivered. I look out my front door. Nothing. I check the picture. It's her front door. So this is what I says to myself. I says, Darby, wait and see. Let's see what she does this time. And I know, am I setting her up for a test that she doesn't know she's taking? Absolutely. Did she fail the test? Yes. But, well, no, she didn't fail. I would say she got a C+, C-.
She got better.
She opened it.
She opened it.
She opened the box, because, again, I guess in her house they just don't look at the names. But she opened the box, but she did bring it to my front door.
Yeah.
And set it down.
And so when I showed up, I see an open box with, like, stuff in it. And I thought, did someone try and steal this, but then see that it was, like, girly stuff? It was fake
Yeah.
nails and then just leave it here open. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was that girl. It was that bitch. And I checked the Ring camera, and sure enough, it was her. But again, like, no note or anything. This happened 2 days in a row now. You've opened my packages, and you know I have pictures of your front door. And here's the other thing. She and her husband have 2 sons. I believe one is a teenager, one looks like a preteen. But, you know, kids are aging so
Are
poorly
they the
these
ones?
days.
Sometimes they're in your courtyard throwing.
Not them.
Okay.
I like them. Their
They never
dad's
give
hot.
me. They never give me guff, but I always feel so weird coming in here in full drag, like walking by them,
They're
tossing
really
the ball
nice.
around.
They're
All right,
super
cool.
duper nice.
Okay, cool.
And their dad is hot and was nominated for a Grammy.
John Legend.
Their dad, John Legend, lives in the townhouse right next to us. Anyway, but she has 2 kids and all those dogs, and I get it. Having kids is hard, and I'm willing to make some allowances for that.
Like the barking that
But
happens
this is
daily.
the 3rd time it's happened, and you're still opening it up, and you're not looking at the name,
What if
and you're not writing me a note. Just write a note and say, "I'm so sorry. I did it again. I will start looking." Because you know it's not my fault. I didn't put your number on there.
Now wait a minute. Just to play devil dog's advocate. What if her name is something close to yours, but it's like Drew Nissan?
Drew Nissan. That it's not actually. I do know what their name is, but
Say it. First and last.
say it. I don't know what to do. So I kind of want to leave her a note now and just be like, "Hey, I don't know why it keeps getting delivered to your house. It looks like a delivery issue. I'm so sorry. I'm putting my right address. But, like, please start reading the name before you open a box." Is that
Yeah.
rude? Is that over? She left a note on my door. I can leave a note.
She left a note. Oh yeah, and don't put your name. Oh,
Yeah.
but she would know.
She
from
would
the
know,
context.
yeah, from the context.
Yeah, I'd say just be like, hey.
Especially, here's the thing. If it hasn't happened, okay, the first time it happened was like a year ago. So it hasn't happened in a long time. I understand that she didn't.
That's a fluke.
That she didn't look at the box again. But you just did this the day before. You just opened someone's box the day before. Why not start checking? Well,
I know that
okay,
this
to be
isn't-
fair, maybe it was her kids. I don't know that it was her.
Oh.
I know it was her that dropped it off today, but I don't know who just left them by the front door.
Yeah, maybe give it
Maybe I
another.
shouldn't
Maybe
be
give
so
it
mean.
another.
I'm gonna
one.
give her another test.
That was very emotionally mature of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Has my tongue been out this whole time?
Mm-hmm. And it's gotten really dry.
All right, I need to hydrate.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Do you have an
We
extra
gotta
bowl?
No, but you can go piss outside.
Okay.
Goodbye. What's the picture you want me to use for this?
Just a real Dalmatian. Just so
That's so funny. I'm gonna do that.
yeah.